first of all, just congratulate Iowa State. They played a heck of a football game today, and clearly deserved to win this football game. They did a great job, and so we're disappointed. We'll feel bad today, and we'll go back to work tomorrow. It's about as simple as that. I think. Right now we got a lot of work to do. It became pretty evident today, so we'll turn our sights to that tomorrow and go back to work.
First, I'll just start at the beginning. The first 3 quarters or so, most of the first 3 quarters, that didn't touch the ball very much. What were they doing?
That's defense and that's offense, and I think as you saw, Keenan had a little better day today. Paul went his way a little bit, but I would anticipate anybody playing us. First of all, they got good DBs. They got good pass coverage, but people that are going to play us are going to try to take away our most experienced players and our best players, and then work from there.
What could you tell off of one game of film, the Steel Chance? Did you know what? Could you tell much about it?
Yeah. Well, I think it's pretty evident. He had a rough outing last week, particularly in the first half. Then as the game went on, he certainly got better, and he led the team to victory there in that fourth quarter. So, and to me, he clearly continued that today. We had a hard time with him running, passing, you name it. He did a great job of keeping plays alive, ran the ball well, and made good throws. So it's credit goes to him. He did a great job, as did their whole offense.
From the Iowa standpoint, what would be a few positives?
I thought our guys competed the whole game. They played hard, and it all starts there. But we certainly didn't play well enough. Iowa State had a lot to do with that. They just did a good job. So we played hard, and what we need to do now is look at the film, look at the mistakes we made, see what we can't do to get better, and be in coverage, kick team, punt team, keeping leverage on the ball or contain, tackling better in those areas, and then offensively, did. Similar to last week, we had great field position one time, ended up with a field goal, and we got to finish the drives a little bit better.
How would you describe the defensive performance?
Ours?
Yeah.
What do you want me to tell you? Yeah, 400 plus yards, so it's pretty evident. Not good enough to win, just like we weren't good enough on offense.
What was the thinking going into your final drive on 17 on 2 timeouts?
I'm sorry. Okay, sorry. Which drive? Had we gotten the ball out there past the 30, we probably would have gone with it, but we ran the ball on first down. They get much and just
And then you, in the, I don't know what overtime, second overtime, you went for the field goal and you didn't go for 4th down thing. You just
thought that was get the points right there. I was confident we'd get a stop, or I was hopeful we'd get a stop.
What was the mood like in the locker room afterwards?
Oh, you can imagine. The guys played hard. It wasn't a matter of us not playing hard, and they certainly played hard too. So, which is typical of this game. I remember being involved in one where that wasn't the case. The last 13 years now. So, they did a good job, and we're very disappointed. We're going to have to get back off the mat. We still got 10 games on our schedule. And what we need to do is worry about what we can do to get better now.
When will Jordan be back?
He should be fine. Yeah, just turned up yesterday morning sick. He made the trip. Yeah, he made the trip to the hotel. They've given him medication, but his temperature is up too high, so it just wasn't safe. So he should be back. I would think early in the week.
Have you been apprised of Brent Greenwood's situation a little bit then too?
No more than you, I don't think. So we're just all keeping Brent and his family in our thoughts.
Coach, you only had 1 turnover, but it seemed to be a key one because it kind of gave them life. You were up 10-0 and had forced another turnover in the red zone. And
yeah, we came out of the gate well. We really came out, I thought, pretty fast, and we're playing well. And then second quarter wasn't much fun for us. We had the turnover. I think we had 2 drives that started inside the 5, around the 5. So the game swung that way, and they did a good job of capitalizing. That's what you do in football.
Kirk, did they do anything special to take the tight end out? They didn't really seem to get all of them passing.
I don't think so. I mean, it wasn't like I don't think there was anything that they did that was out of the ordinary that we had anticipated seeing. They played well. Let's give them credit.
Dakota gets. Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Dakota, unfortunately, is that could be a season ending. It's like
Marcus had another fumble, but he also put in 35.
Yeah, I thought he took a positive step today. He ran better as the game went on. we're certainly gonna need him, and then we're also gonna need to get other guys involved too. It's just, we can't just put it on his shoulders and Marvin's shoulders.
You look at the way Steele was able to elude capture today, and it happened last week with Trey Lamb also. What can your defensive line do to close that gap and make those tackles?
Well, it starts with contain. You got to keep the ball inside. That's rule number one in defense, and we didn't do that well at times. And, until you do that, it's going to be tough.
That backside, he spun and went to the weak side a lot. What do you mean? You were naturally trying to make a play and drifting over toward the quarterback. What do you tell your weak side help there?
You're talking about the guys rushing?
Yeah.
I mean, you got to stay on the upfield shoulder. That's what contain's all about. If you let the offensive guys get outside, it puts people in a real tough position. And, we got to find a way to get off on 3rd and 1 too. That's another thing that goes today.
What is it special with two coverage special teams? Is there any fixes or any thought there?
And I said last week, I thought the guys ran down hard after seeing the film. I thought they did. Not sure they weren't today, but we're not, playing smart enough. And, we've got hot spots in all 3 phases right now. And, until we get those things cleaned up and corrected, it's going to be tough to be successful against a good team.
How much does Vandenberg's progress from game 1 to game 2?
I thought James gave us a chance today. I was watching him about it, played well. And, I'm sure there'll be some things he'll want to have back, but, he's doing some good things back there for sure.
Kirk, it might not be as simple as this, but the first quarter, Iowa dominated every place, especially the line, and then.
Well,
then
I don't know
now
about
they
dominate,
just-
but we were playing
Yeah,
pretty well.
yeah.
And then
And then
the
it-
second quarter just flipped right around, But at the end of the day, it was an even game at halftime and even at regulation too. So, both teams had their chances to win. And, it's credit goes to them. They got the job done today.
You mentioned hot spots in all 3 phases. How much of that is youth and these guys still trying to learn the system, learn their jobs?
That's part of it, but they're playing some younger players too, and it's all about improving. It's all about trying to get better at what we need to get better at. And that's, to me, what the game's all about is they made more progress by this week than we did. It's kind of like to me.
Kirk, sorry, this has already been asked. Steele Jansman, did you have any idea that he could play the way he did today? He's
Well, if you watched the 4th quarter last week, he played well, played very well. And he didn't play bad in the 3rd quarter either. But he made some first game errors last week, but he's clearly made a big step today. We didn't have an answer for him, run or pass.
Final question.
Are you guys built on defense? Are you guys built to change anything? Because these quarterbacks are going to come at you. The quarterbacks are run and throw like this.
Well, yeah, again, if you let guys out of them out of the pocket, it's going to be tough. And then, but that being said, it's not just that. We got to get better in all phases. It's probably the same thing on offense and special teams.